So let's take a look at the next example. If there is a next example, we still haven't rounded to the hundredths, so I bet the next one has to do with rounding to the hundredths. Oh, they did another number line. Here, let me make this number line make sense before I move on. Sorry. So if this is 5/10ths, this is 6/10ths, this is 55/100ths, that means we're moving by hundredths. So 52/100ths, 53/100ths, 54/100ths, 55/100ths, 56/100ths, 57/100ths, 58/100ths, and then 59/100ths. After 59/100ths comes 60/100ths or 6/10ths, right? Now, if this is our number 52/100ths right here, is 52/100ths closer to 5/10ths or is 52/100ths closer to 6/10ths? Since we're rounding to the nearest tenth, we have to figure out which one it'll be. And we have decided that 52/100ths is closer to 5/10ths. If you had 52 cents, it's closer to 50 cents than it is to 60 cents. So remember, your knowledge of money and things like that can come into play and help you out. All right, so did they put their dot in the wrong place? Yeah, they did. That shouldn't be there. It should be over here. I don't understand stuff sometimes. We'll correct them. All right, so if this is 51/100ths and this is 52/100ths, that should be right there. What they gave us there is, I think, probably something like 552 thousandths. That might be it, but I don't know what they did. That's really weird. This number belongs right here. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so they're gonna try. They're trying to get us to look at these pictures. So this is really what a thousandths grid would look like. You're never gonna have to draw that because you'd have to draw 1,000 little pieces. So what they did is they cut every little square on this into 10 little slices. That's why it's so complicated to look at. All right, and they're saying 623 of those tiny little pieces. All right, so remember, each one of these is a tenth, so it'd be 6 of these and then 200ths. Oh, I mean, six. Each one of these whole things is a tenth, right? So it'd be 6 whole tenths, and then it would be 200ths, and then this little shaded part is the 3,000ths that you're looking at. You can see 3 out of the 10 of that hundredth are shaded. Now they've shaded the whole thing now, so it's easier to see. So there's the 6/10ths. There's the 200ths and the 3,000ths. Now they're trying to get you to figure out to round to the nearest hundredth. All right, before we're rounding to the nearest tenth, this time we're rounding to the nearest hundredth. All right, so this looks like our number line is going to be that's 621 thousandths, 622 thousandths, 623 thousandths, 624 thousandths, 625 thousandths, 600. I mean, that was 25. This is 26. 627 thousandths, 628 thousandths, 629 thousandths, and this would be 63 hundredths. All right. So our number line goes from 62/100ths to 63/100ths. Now we're trying to figure out where's 623 thousandths on this number line. 623 thousandths is right here on this number line. So we need to round to the nearest hundredth. Is it closer to 62/100ths or is it closer to 63/100ths? Now, let's do it the way that I've shown you, just because I think that this way is a little bit easier to like make sense of up here. All right. So we're rounding to the nearest hundredth. So which one am I going to circle this time? Last time I circled the tenth because we were rounding to the nearest tenth. Yeah. So this time I'm going to circle the hundredths place because that is going to be the number that is changing or staying the same. And I'm still going to draw an arrow to the next door neighbor. That's still the boss. All right. To the right. The number to the right is still the boss, and it's still going to tell us what to do. All right. So the 2 goes to the boss and says, "Hey, boss, 4 below, stay low, or 5 and above, give it a shove." The boss is a 3. So since the boss is a 3, it's going to say, "Stay low." All right. And then it's going to go home. "Bye, boss." And this is going to stay low. So we just rewrite the number without the boss because the boss told the 2 to stay where it is. Don't go anywhere. Right. And then it went home. So now we're looking at a number in the hundredths. We're looking at 62 hundredths, which is the same number on our number line that we were closer to than 63 hundredths. So there's a couple different ways of looking at it, right? So keep on trying this strategy and see if it works for you.